welcome to my Thursday yoga class, and this is a slightly gentler practice, a bit of Ashtangar mixed in with Hatha, and I hope you enjoy, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody back to normal in my shala. Okay, so we'll start with a little bit of a breathing practice to begin with. So this is a square breathing practice that I like to do. So what I want you to do is, so as you inhale, you're visualising you coming up, you're drawing that square up. Hold your breath as you come across. Exhale as you come down. Hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale. So a nice steady flow. And we're going to go with that for about 2 minutes. So you're not drawing with your finger as you go along. You're doing it. You can either do it closing your eyes. You'll probably find your eyes are moving around. Or if you don't want to close your eyes, if that doesn't feel right for you, just lower your gaze and look down onto the floor, and you can kind of draw it out, and you'll probably find you'll be doing all sorts of funny facial things. But we're going to settle in with that breath for 2 minutes. So nice and slow and steady at your own pace. And I'll put a bit of music on just to accompany us. So starting at your own pace. So inhale as you come up, holding, exhale as you come down, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and continue with that flow. So just noting how your body is responding to this. You may find you're still a bit tense, so as you exhale, allow your body to relax. So relaxing your shoulders down when you're doing your exhale now. And you can incorporate your ujjayi breath as well, your ocean sound throughout that breath back. Wandered a little bit, just bring it back to your breath and that drawing visualization. Inhale as you come up, hold, exhale as you draw down the side of the square, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Continue for about 1 more minute. So just letting go of that breathing practice there, and let's just start waking up your body. So wiggle jiggle a little bit side to side, wiggling your fingers and your toes, and we're going to just take a big stretch up. Look to your palms and exhale Hands down, chin to your chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your hands down. Inhale, lifting your arms up. Feel like you're raising the seat, raising the air up around you. Twist through the middle, then turn front to back. Exhale, a little bit of a twist through the middle. Inhale, your arms come up. Back to the middle, rotate the other way, and exhale down the other side. Inhale, back to the middle, stretch up. Exhale, hands on your knees, chin to your chest, and gently roll your neck. So little arcs one way and then the other, just round to the front. So inhale one way and then exhale the next. And then just allow yourself to pause on one side, just drop your hands away so you're allowing that nice long stretch, you're not punching your ears up. Take a couple of breaths here. Holding your belly in so you're not slumping. So give yourself a nice bit of stability through the middle of your body. Nice long breaths here. And then roll the other way. And again, relax those shoulders down. And back to the middle. Coming onto all fours. Take your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, your knees a bit wider than your hips, and gentle circles round. So inhaling as you come to the top, exhaling as you come to your heels. Nice long circles. And then rock round the other way. Exhale down, inhale to the top. Lovely, and then come back to the middle. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and some gentle cat-cows. So inhale, look up. Exhale, rounding your spine, draw your belly up around your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, rounding. Inhale, just give your eyes a bit of a stretch back here as well. Give them a bit of a stretch, bit of a workout, and then round and drop into Balasana, into child's pose. So this is your resting pose. At any point you feel like you just need to take a little bit of a break, come down here. And then some nice long breaths here, feeling like your body's lifting up just with your breath. Coming onto hands and knees. Feet out behind into a plank, and then slowly raise up into down dog and walking on the spot. Really getting into your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips. Draw your belly in. Just warming everything up. Spread your fingers out so you're getting the weight through from the heels of your hands into your fingers. And then walk your feet up towards your hands. Take your legs nice and wide. Bending your knees, and then just slowly sway yourself up. A nice bit of movement through your hips. Slowly drawing your belly in as you come up. And a bit of a swing. Just warming up your spine as well. Lovely. So come to the top of your mat, and we'll start in Tadasana, mountain pose. So having your feet nice and level, toes, big toes pointing forwards, your feet almost touching. Squeezing your knees in, squeezing your hips in. drawing your pelvic floor up and your belly button in. So those are your bandhas, that connection through the middle. That gives you that stability through your practice. Nice and long through your spine. Shoulders up and just let them drop down. And then just your gaze gently looking down your nose to a point in the distance on the floor. And try and use your ujjayi, your ocean sound, throughout your practice, just to give you that pace and that slow rhythm and control through your practice. So we'll do 3 sets of Surya Namaskara A and then B, the sun cells, just to get our bodies nice and warmed up. Inhale, look up to your palms. Exhale, fold forwards, hands to the floor. Inhale, looking up. Exhale into plank. Lower yourself down, knees down, chin down, onto your belly. Inhale, push up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here. So allow a bit of a bend in your knees because you're only warming up at the moment. Your feet are hip width apart. Draw your belly in. Really feel like you're stretching your arms away from you. 5 breaths here. Exhale, look forwards. Inhale, step forwards, looking up. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forwards, hands to the floor, drop your head. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plank. Knees down, chin down, onto your belly. Inhale, push up into cobra. Tighten through your bum and your thighs to keep your back safe. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Exhale, look forwards. Inhale, step forwards, looking up. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back into plank. Knees down, chin down, onto your belly. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. If 5 breaths is too much, you can always come down into child's pose in between. See where you can go. Exhale, look forwards. Inhale, step forwards, looking up. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sun sal B. Inhale, bend your knees, scoop your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back into plank. Lower yourself down. You can either do knees to chin or you can go through chaturanga. Inhale up into up dog if you're going through chaturanga. Exhale into down dog. Right foot comes forward. You can either drop your knee down and come up or turn your back heel, straight leg. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot comes through. Drop your knee or straight leg. Inhale up. Exhale. exhale down, step back, lower down, inhale up, exhale down dog, 5 breaths. Exhale, look forwards. Inhale, step forwards, looking up. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, bend your knees, scoop your arms up. Exhale, straighten. And one more. Inhale, scoop your arms, bend your knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forwards, drop your knee or straight leg. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands down, step back. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, drop your knee or straight leg. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Step back into plank. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here. Look towards your belly button. Slow your breathing down. Use this as a bit of a resting phase for the more, because the Eastern Selby is a bit more of a challenge. You can, as I say, come into down dog, into child's pose if you need to take a break. 2 more breaths. Exhale, look forwards. Inhale, step forwards, looking up. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, bend your knees, scoop your arms up. Exhale, straighten. Lovely. So I'll come into our standing forward fold. So take your feet hip width apart. You're going to lift up, stretch one arm up and the other arm. Get as much length as you can. And then you're going to slowly exhale as you come down. Reach your arms away, bend your knees as you come. And taking the bind with your big toes. Inhale, push into the floor with your knuckles, look up. Exhale, drop your head down. It's better to have your knees more bent, a bit more contact here, rather than hanging over. So, dropping your head down, have a gentle squeezing in of your hips, squeezing in of your knees to protect your back. 5 breaths here. Drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, look up. Post your palms underneath your feet. And exhale, drop your head down. 5 breaths again. Allow yourself to tip into the fronts of your feet a little bit. And just lifting through the backs of, through your hips a bit, just to get a bit more length down the back of your legs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, stretching up. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale. Trikonasana, so starting at the top of your mat. Take a step to the side, so your front foot's pointing away from you. Your back foot is at 45 degrees in the same direction as your knee to protect your knees. Inhale, your arms come up. Exhale, bending into that front leg. Take the bind with your big toe. And then inhale, straightening this leg where you can. If it stays bent, that's fine. Reaching up to that top palm. 5 breaths here. Feeling like you're getting a bit of a, try and lift the arch of your back foot. That will help just engage the middle of it, engage your core a little bit more. That gentle lift in that back arch. Talk about this bit here. Inhale, lift up, rotate yourself round. Exhale down, so bending into that front leg to begin with, and then straightening where you can. Stretching up to this top arm, so feel like you're stretching up the top arm and reaching down to the floor with your bottom hand. But you can have your leg bent, that's fine. Inhale, raise yourself up. Exhale, step to the top. I'm not going to do any of the asanas which we normally do, which I'd use a block for, just in case you don't have a block. So I'm just going to miss those ones out. So we're going to take a bigger step this time. Nice wide step, and we're going to really lunge into this front leg. And you can either come with your forearm across your thigh here, and your arm coming up and over, or taking your hand beyond your foot, or you could put it on a block here if you on a book or something, just to raise it up, reaching your arm around, but you're trying to really get a lot of strength in this side. This is where you're going to really feel it on the outside edge of that front leg, and opening up your hips here. 5 breaths, looking underneath this straight arm, underneath your forearm. Inhale, come up, rotate yourself round. Exhale, down the other side, arms coming up and over. Really stretch yourself away and feel like you're really stretching that back heel away from you as well. Inhale, come up. I'm going to rotate round, drop your back knee down onto the floor. I'm actually going to turn around here so you can see a bit easier. And then you're going to exhale, taking your elbow and your shoulder around as much as you can into your twist. So palms together. And it's all about trying to push your shoulder and elbow into your knee and your knee into your shoulder, so that neither one is winning. So one's working against the other. Palms together. Shimmy your back leg away to get your hip openers a little bit more open. 5 breaths here. So you can either look behind you, straight ahead, that's fine. Nice long breaths. Really nice twist here. And feel how you can increase that twist just with your breath. Inhale, come out of your twist, up to standing. Rotate yourself round and drop your back knee again. Exhale as you twist yourself round, palms together. Shimmy that back knee away. 5 breaths again, and that pushing your knee into your elbow, your elbow into your knee. 5 breaths. Strong into the floor through your front foot, really pushing down all the way through from your heel into your toes. Inhale, come out of your twist. And come in this way. Exhale, up to the top of the mat. So we're going to come into wide-legged forward fold. So take your feet as wide as they can go. Not too wide though, you don't want to probably go for it. So on your feet, pointing a little bit in towards the middle, and really push into your big toes. You don't want your ankles rolling over. Hands on your hips. Inhale, lift through your chest, and exhale. We're just going to fold forward from your hips. We're not putting our hands down. We're just going to allow yourself just to hang here. Don't allow your knees to hyperextend, so allow a little bit of a bend here. You don't want to overextend them, but just dangling here. Draw your belly in. Nice long breaths. 5 breaths here. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Then we're just going to bind our palms behind us. I'm just going to reverse round so you can see. So join your hands together, and then we're going to drop again down forward. So exhale forward, so making sure you're pushing into those big toes again. Exhale down. Allow the weight of your hands to drop your arms back. Have a little bit of a roll. And then just settle in. And again, make sure you're not allowing your knees to hyperextend. Let your head hang really low. Inhale, come all the way up, and then give that a nice, shoulders a nice squeeze, and step to the top of your mat, rolling them down. Lovely. So we'll come to your balance. So the key thing with your balance is one is your drishti, your focus point. So find something that's not moving. And your breath is really important, so really stick with your ujjayi breath. And your bandhas, and the best way to fix on that, so that's that core stability through the middle, is the leg that's standing firm on the floor, really squeezing through your bum really. So really intense through your hip gives that stability, that strength, and that's that engagement of your bandhas. So starting with your left leg is the straight leg, the one that's, so the one you're balancing on. So you can either come to just your toes on the floor, so 5 breaths here, 5 here, 1 in, and then extend out. Or you can draw your knee up, 5 here, 5 here, and you can look over your shoulder, 1 in, and then extend your leg away. So I'm going to do it along with you, but I'm not going to count, I'm just going to allow you the time to do it yourself, and then we'll join back at the beginning. Standing again. So in your own time. So strong through your left hip here, really strong, squeezing all the time. Your foot can be high up or it can be down by the foot, doesn't really matter. Still getting your balance. Make sure you're not allowing yourself to move back when you've got your leg out to the front. Square yourself up, drawing your belly in. So moving on to the other side if you haven't already. So planting your right leg really nice and strong now. So drawing your knee up, 5 breaths here. So your hands aren't holding up, they're just supporting. It is your hip doing the work here. So it's your right hip, your right leg which is straight, which is really focusing in, almost the point you think, oh, I'm going to get a cramp in my right butt. But that just really gives you that stability. Hold another few breaths just to make sure everybody's caught up. Just feeling the floor even between your feet now. slowing your breath down. Okay, so come into the top of your mat. So we're going to come back a bit, coming through Utkatasana, child's pose. So feet together, knees together, and this is really intensively working your hips as well. So we're really making your hips and your knees squeeze in all the time. So we're going to bend our knees, inhale, scoop your arm down, come nice and low, then come up and then tuck your tailbone down, squeezing your hips together, squeezing your knees together. You can either look up towards your palms or look straight ahead, arms apart. It's better to have your arms apart and kind of straight out rather than kind of bunched up shoulders. So wherever feels right for you, but the key thing is, so it's not here, your bum's not here, it's here, it's drawn under your belly's in, reaching up, 5 breaths. Squeezing the whole time. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Lower yourself down, so chaturanga or knees to chin. Onto your belly, inhale, looking up. Exhale, down dog. And then we're going to step through into long sitting. Hands down by your hips. So Dandasana, drawing your feet back towards you, squeezing your knees in, squeezing your hips. Hands down by your sides. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Draw your belly in so your spine's nice and straight. You're not arching, you're not arching and you're not slouching. 5 breaths here. Getting as much length out of the back of your neck. Inhale, look up, soften through your knees, bend your knees as much as you need to exhale and fold forward and take the bind with your big toes. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, you're going to drop your head down, and where you can, start straightening through your legs. It's better again, the same as with the standing forward fold, it's better to be here than here. So bend your knee, getting that fold from your hips. Allow your back to feel comfortable and safe by hugging your thighs, so it's fine to be here, and then just drop your head down. Otherwise, straightening through your legs, keeping that squeezing of your knees and your hips, dropping yourself down towards your shins. Allow your elbows to go out, keeping your belly drawn in. 5 breaths here, we'll do just 3 more. Inhale, look up, post your palms over the top, and notice how my shoulders are rounding around because you're releasing slightly differently down your back. And exhale, drop your head down again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, slowly curl yourself up, and then engage again in Dandasana, gentle squeezing of those legs, and release. So we'll do a modified Pavattanasana, so it's reverse tabletop. So if you've got a ball or a block, pop that between your knees, hands coming behind you. You're going to inhale, lift yourself up, and drop your head back. So if you've got the block, squeezing your knees together, squeezing your hips. It's your hips that's doing the work. 5 breaths here. Inhale up a smidge more, and then exhale, slowly curl yourself down. Extend your legs out. If that's too much on your shoulders, what you can do is just be lifting up here. This is good. This is absolutely fine. Keeping that squeezing. So we're either going to come back and do reverse tabletop again, same way that. You can use your block still, or the full expression of the Asana Pavattanasana is with straight legs. 5 breaths here. Keeping that squeezing going. Exhale slowly down. Draw your knees in. Give everything a nice squeeze. Rounding your shoulders. And we're going to come into Janu Shirshasana. So left leg straightened out, your right foot's coming into, I'll come sideways, into that right angle there. This foot's going to be pushing against this thigh, and that'll help this knee come down. Your knees might be up here, that's fine. You can put a blanket or something underneath, otherwise just allow it to drop. And just allow your hands to be nice and soft by the side so they're not resisting. And rather than come in, this is not a forward fold, this is a rounding we're trying to get. So imagine that somebody's got a thread through your belly button and pulling out your spine, you're rounding your spine. So exhale, you're drawing your left hip back and you're rounding yourself down towards your knee. 5 breaths here. Keep that pushing of that flat foot into your thigh to ease your knee down. Inhale, uncurl yourself, and then we're going to swap sides. So again, this flat of your foot pushing into this thigh, hands just softly here so they're not resisting. You can extend them out towards that left foot, but this is fine here. And then you're drawing your right hip back as you round your spine down towards your knee. Inhale, coming up, lovely. And then come into cross legs. So, left hand on your right knee, right hand either coming behind you, or you can just kind of wrap it round a little bit, then that arm doesn't get in the way. Inhale, lift up, exhale, twisting round. And think about twisting from your hips, your middle and your chest. 5 breaths here. Back to the middle and then swap sides. Either hand here or coming behind. Keeping nice and tall. You're trying to get as much space between your spinal processes as you can, and then twisting round in the exhale. Inhale, back to the middle. Then right knee's coming up nice and close, and then you're going to wrap with your left arm, you're going to wrap that around your hip, and again you can have your hand here or coming behind and twisting around, but all the time trying to get as long as you can. 5 breaths here, and this leg that's extended out, engage it back towards you, and just make sure that your knee and your toes are pointing straight up. And this hip as well, you're not holding it in. This hip is doing the work, it's hot, so your arm doesn't need to be there, it's kind of just wrapping around nice and gently. And then swap sides, and your left leg coming up and wrapping that arm around. Nice and tall. Engaging your right foot back towards you. So your hand can be here or wrapped around. And back to the middle. Give your legs a little jiggle. So we're going to do some rolls here, because this is nice and fun. Cross your feet over in front. And then the aim is that you're going to exhale down, inhale up, and I don't want your feet to come to the floor. So what you can do, so if you've got enough room, is go around in circles. So exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale. Imagine that you're going down one side of your back and then coming up the other. Or you can just do it in one direction. It's a nice massage on your back. And then come into hold. Lovely. So we're going to start coming to move down onto the mat, down into lying. So hands on your shins and slowly, slowly, slowly curl yourself down. Stretch your arms out. And then hands down by your sides. So you're going to draw your right leg up straight, bending it in, hold your knee, and then we're going to come up and hold for 3 breaths. So inhale up in. If you come here, that's fine. Otherwise, slowly coming up slow. 3 breaths here. Using your extended leg to push your heel down to the floor. But this is the front of your body working. It's not your knee coming back to you. Exhale slowly down. Extend your leg up. Hands down by your sides. Slowly, slowly, slowly reaching it back down to the floor. Then your left leg. Inhale up to 45 degrees, drawing it in, holding your knee, and then again up for 3 breaths. Pushing your right leg, your right heel down into the floor to stabilise you. But even if you're here, just looking up, that's fine. Exhale slowly down. Extend your foot up in the air, hands to the floor. Exhale slowly down. Draw your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. We'll rock side to side. Then feet down on the floor. So we'll come into a twist. So we're going to keep your left leg straight. And come this way actually. Left leg straight. And cross your arms over your chest. I want you to roll all the way over to allow that knee to come down to the floor. And then open up your body to where it may be that this arm wants to stay here. But otherwise you're twisting from here. 5 breaths. But the twist is all about what's coming on in the lower portion of your spine. You can increase the intensity of your twist just through your breath. And rolling over the other side. Swap knees and then cross your arms over to start. Take your knee to the floor. Keeping your knee on the floor and then open up your body. So either your arms open or I find it a bit harder on this side. So just come here and then look over the opposite direction. 5 breaths. And then draw your knees up and give them a cuddle in. So I'm going to come into your bridge. So again, you can use a ball or something in between your knees just to keep that squeezing, because that really focuses the attention on your hips doing the work rather than your back. If your back starts feeling it, you're not using your hips enough. So hands down by your sides, so your knees and your feet are hip width apart. Inhale. Pushing through the floor to raise your hips up. 5 breaths here. So really breathing into your belly. So as you inhale, feel yourself lifting. Exhale, pushing down into the floor, through your knees into the floor. And exhale slowly down. Give yourself a squeeze in. And then we're going to come up again, and this time see if you can roll up a little bit more. So you're going to inhale up, and then see if you can bind your palms underneath you, and you can roll onto your shoulders a bit more, just to see if you can come up a little bit higher. 5 breaths again. Keeping your gaze straight up, not moving your head around. slowly down. Drawing your knees in. That's it. And then hold your hands on your knees and just gently circling your knees around. So inhale as you push your knees away. Exhale as you draw them in. And then round the other way. And then rolling up to sitting. So we're coming to your inversion now, so you can either come to the wall and put your legs up against the wall and just settle in with your breath for the amount of time it takes for us to do the shoulder stand otherwise. So either legs up against the wall if that's what feels right for you. Otherwise you can come into a shoulder stand. So I'll guide you through and then I'll go up with you as well, just so I can get the timings right for you. So, taking your knees up towards your forehead, hands onto your back. I like to have my fingers touching, and then extending through your legs. So you're going to be 8 breaths here. Then when you've done your 8 breaths, you're taking your legs behind. So if they come, I want you to keep them straight. So if they're straight but to here, that's fine. Otherwise, taking them down towards the floor. You can keep your hands on your back or take them behind here or binding. 8 breaths here, 8 breaths here, and then slowly using your hands as your anchor, slowly, slowly, slowly curl yourself down, slow as you want, okay? So slowly making your way up into shoulder stand, and yeah, 8 breaths, so I'll try and roughly count you for each of them. Keeping your head, your gaze looking straight up towards your feet. Keeping that squeezing of your hips in, squeezing of your knees. Take your knees out behind you. 8 breaths here. Keeping that gentle squeezing of your hips together. Keeping your breathing nice and slow and steady. You can't breathe as deeply, but you can breathe steady. Bending your knees, either around your temples or around your forehead or anywhere. 8 breaths. And then slowly releasing using your hands as an anchor. Slowly curl yourself down to the floor. Feeling every bit of your spine come down nice and evenly. Keeping your legs straight or bending them in, it doesn't really, it's fine, just protecting your back. Extend yourself out, have a bit of a stretch. And then we'll come into that counter pose, Matsyasana fish pose. So raise your hips up, palms underneath you, palms to the floor, thumbs together, sit on your hands, and then lift yourself up, raising your chest, and then drop your head back down to the floor. So you've got about 80% of your weight on your elbows, 20% on your head, stretching your toes away from you. 5 breaths, 8 breaths here. Again, if you start feeling anything in your back, squeezing your hips together. But if it doesn't feel right, just come out. Really breathe here, open up your chest. And then slowly release off your elbows, draw your knees into your chest. Little rock, side to side. And roll yourself up to sitting. Grab your blanket and let's have Shavasana. So I'm going to put the put some music on. So I'm going to have Shavasana with you because I practice with you. So please don't be tempted just to run away. Shavasana is really important. It allows your body to rest after the hard work that you've done. It's really important. Your mind can do whatever it wants, but do let your body just rest and relax. So let's have some music, and I'll put my 5-minute alarm on because you never know, I might drop off to sleep. Never has happened. Shavasana, I have to say, is one of the things that I find the hardest to do. So settle yourself in, take some nice deep breaths, and sigh it out. And again, a big breath in. And just let your body sink into the floor, relaxing your feet, your legs, your hips, your lower back and your belly are soft, your chest, your upper back, your shoulders, heavy on the floor, let them sink into the floor. Your arms are heavy, your palms are nice and soft and open, and your head supported. waking your body out. First of all with your breath, take a nice big breath in, stretch your arms out. And slowly exhale. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling your head side to side. Draw your knees in, give them a hug. Little rock side to side. And then roll over onto your right hand side and take a few breaths there. Turn the lights back on. And when you're ready, coming up to sitting. So we'll just finish with it's a Buddhist meditation. There's nothing religious in it, it's just nice positive words. So I'll say the words and then you can either say them back loud in your own room or just in your head, in your heart. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Inhale together. Exhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Namaste. I believe there might be a hippopotamus having a bath upstairs, so I apologise for that. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll keep these practices coming as much as I can, otherwise be back here whenever we can. Namaste.